welcome along to the Mount Erica. Hello. Oh, wow. You're pumped tonight, are you? Hawthorn night. Two fabulous Hawthorn champions here for you tonight. Yeah, we'll get them out here. No mucking around. We want to get straight into it, don't we? Just like winning 4 flags. Yeah. Well, good evening and welcome along tonight. We're at the Mount Erica Hotel here in Paran. We've got our Footy Funatics night, which is Hawthorn night. We've got 2 fabulous players here from the Hawthorn Football Club that are going to be up here very shortly. When they do come out, we want you to put your hands together for them because it's a pretty exciting night to have them here. We're not going to muck around with it. We don't do anything from journos. We don't do anything from footballers. We just get straight into it from what you want to do and what you want to see and what you want to hear. That's why it's called That's Good for Footy. So let's put our hands together and get our first little player out here. I don't mean that in any disrespect. No, that's right. That's why I'm going to start it again. I want you to give this guy a nice, warm, rapturous applause. He was born on the 23rd of April in 1987. He debuted in 2011. He has played 56 games and kicked 13 goals. He was part of the premiership side of 2014. He wears the number 27 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Matt Spanger.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. Come what may, you'll find us riding.
All right, that'll do. We got another guy to get up here. We can't just get all of it all out at once. Our second panellist, he was born on the 2nd of December in 1987. He debuted in 2011. He was the number 66 draft pick of 2010. Can you believe that? Number 66. He was part of the premiership side in 2014 and 15. He wears the number 28 on his back. He's played 121 games and kicked a total of 117 goals. He has a round 5 and a round 7 nomination for Mark of the Year contention. Please welcome to the stage, Paul Piopolo.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. Come what may, you'll find us riding. Teamwork is the thing that talks.
All right, we'll get to that. You got plenty coming. Normally the boys would come straight through and then they'd walk their way around to the stage and then come up this way, but unfortunately they had a roadblock here this evening, so they had to come around this way to get to the stage. Boys, welcome to the stage, and obviously the Hawthorn fans are bloody rapt to have you tonight, so that's for you, not for me, so, you know.
Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, welcome along. Thanks very much. Paul, your first time on the show. Really appreciate you being here, and we hope you have a bloody good time tonight.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty excited. Everyone's pumped.
That's what we like. So we're going to get straight into it. This is our first segment. It's called What's Going On.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on.
All right, this is a really cool little segment. We like to kick it off, do a little bit of football talk straight off the top, and then we get into the prizes and the segments where you can get involved later on. But what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about a couple of things that I wanted to go through with you boys. And I'm sorry I'm not looking at you, Paul, and I think you've probably seen the first question here, straight off the top. But I wanted to go with the head high tackle, and I either wanted to ask, do you feel that, is it from a perspective, and Matt, this is you feel free to get in here anytime you like, are they either tackling incorrectly or stop complaining? Because it's like if you're not tackling below the waist or at least below the shoulders, and it's going to be a free kick every day of the week. I mean, it's that simple. So all of my real question is, has it got anything to do with height?
It has everything to do with height.
It has.
But
Is it that simple?
But as long as he's on our team, I don't care.
But what are your thoughts on the head-eye tackle? Like, Paul, it's probably best that I do ask that question and I'll direct it towards you, because I have noticed that you're quite up in the rankings where that sits. But I don't find that anything you're doing is any different in the game. If the rules are there and the free kick's there, that's it. Pay the free kick. Simple.
Yeah, well, the guys don't like me at training either because they seem to get me high. But it's definitely with the height. I have the advantage of people getting me high because I'm at the shoulder height. So all they have to do is reach and tackle me, and they get me around the neck. I can't stop that when I can't grow. I
is
can't
what it
grow
is.
anymore. Unfortunately, I can't grow anymore. So,
And if you
yeah.
drop to your knees, well, they wouldn't be able to get you anyway, you know.
No,
So,
exactly.
you know.
So the other thing is just don't let me go. Let me run. So
I just find it a really interesting one because there has been a lot of contention and it's been spoken about in so many circles, and we don't give too much kudos to it here because we don't go into anything in great detail here. But it has been something that people are wanting to talk about, and how do we stop it? And I know that the Lindsay Thomas thing was brought up because he seemed to be the one that, you know, was the most recent, and it looked like the one where he leaned back. But, I mean, as I said before, if the rules are there and you're not tackling correctly, then it's going to be a free kick. It's really that simple. And I think Lee Matthews actually summed it up best. We're going to be we were tackling 50 years ago, and we're going to be tackling 50 years into the future, and that's the way it is. Agree?
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said
All
it
right.
better myself.
Yeah, good. Now, the Indigenous round, we just had that, obviously coming off the back of that, out of round 10. It was pretty awesome. Obviously, a lot of the boys, they seemed to lift. They just had that little bit of extra vigour about them. I speak of the likes of Rioli, Franklin Betts, McDonald, Tip and Woody. We've got a Melbourne supporter here tonight, so no, I just thought I'd throw that one in. But all of those boys tended to lift over the weekend, and they just seemed to have a little bit more. Would you feel that when you were playing with someone like, obviously, Rioli in that instance?
Yeah, well, I mean, I only played with him for 5 minutes on the weekend, but
Sorry, touchy subject. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
but it was nice to watch. I mean, I had a good seat.
Actually, it was only 3, but anyway. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
No, it was no. Honestly, the boys do. I mean, they take such pride in their heritage and their background, and particularly we've got Shawnee Burgoyne, who's been an outstanding member of that community, but also just the Hawthorn community for years. And no, like they genuinely care about each other, and even before the game, you could tell there was a little bit of a sparkle in their eye. Yep. But there was, I don't know if anyone caught the AFL record during the week. There was an article about the Nichols round now.
Yeah, so Doug Nichols.
Yeah, and I mean, I knew none of that really.
Yeah,
so,
right.
which I mean, I was a little bit embarrassed in a way because, you know, I mean, it's such a great story, and it's sort of probably a reflection on the education in our game, but also in our school systems and all that sort of stuff. So it was great. And then when I spoke to the boys about it afterwards, they were like, "Yeah, mate, this bloke's a legend, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like the things he's done are incredible." So, but then when you see blokes, I mean, you don't really like seeing Bud firing too much these days when he's wearing different colours. But I mean, Jesus is impressive when he's up and running. And
absolutely.
And I watched that game with Orr on Friday night, so he really did tear him apart. So, I mean, all things aside, it's great to see him just back, you know, healthy and playing well. So
Too true. I think a lot of the players, I know we had Richmond on last week, and they were alluding to the fact as well that there was a bit of an education process that went on about Sir Doug, and most people, I feel this across the board, were not familiar with what he had actually brought to not only his culture but also to the game, and it enlightened them to the fact where they just went, "This is amazing." You know, so really good that the boys lifted for that, and I say it across the board because I reeled off those names: Rioli, Franklin Betts, and Tip and Woody. Were just brilliant. They really were. And Eddie Betts, I mean, goal of the year. Jesus, what was all that about? I say no more.
I'm not over Eddie Betts kicking goal of the year though. Stop that.
I also wanted to just touch on another subject. What are your thoughts about a mid-season draft?
Look, I support it really, and if it's not a draft, then a trade perhaps. I think. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be able to stamp out the rules just off the top of my head, but I think it works both ways. That it certainly provide opportunity for guys who, you know, are stuck down the list and not being able to play. But then, you know, so you see a team like the Gold Coast at the moment who are just ravaged by injuries, would almost, you know, would just kill to get someone else on their list, you know, rather than having 23 to pick from. So it's got merit. Obviously, though, I mean, traditionalists would probably say the other way, but I mean, I'd probably think that it's something that probably needs to be explored or at least talked about.
Can I just say, Paul, just before you give a comment on that, in relation to the amount of injuries that have happened this year, if you look at Collingwood, I mean, there was 2 that came off on the weekend. Richmond have had their share. Western Bulldogs, I mean, they're depleted backline. You can generally go across the board. Nearly all the teams in some way, shape or form have been depleted by injury. Even you boys have had your fair share of injuries that have stepped into the limelight. Is there anything that's going on that is it the pace of the game? Is there anything? Oh, and again, mate, I'm not trying to...
For me, yeah.
I'm not trying to make this all about you, but I mean, there are a lot of injuries that have been taking place. They seem to be hamstrings. They seem to be torn ligaments, knees. Look, I suppose some injuries that are occurring that would any other time of the year as well, but they seem to be more prevalent at this stage. Is there anything you have to say about that, or any thoughts on it?
Oh no, I don't reckon there's more. I think it's just because of media and every game's on TV that you see a lot more injuries as well, and everyone talks about it. But I don't think you can stop injuries. That's the way it is. The speed of the game. Everyone loves the speed of the game. They want to see it fast game. So those injuries are going to happen, and for that, sometimes it does open opportunity for young guys, like the guys that can't get a game on the bottom of the list, start coming up, and geez, they need to start playing some good footy now because the team's relying on them. So it gives opportunity as well.
Yeah, all right, okay, excellent. This is a little bit of a left to centre question. What advice would you give to a younger you?
Pick a different job.
Okay.
Look, I'd probably say that. I know that when I was younger, I certainly tried to probably do a bit too much, sort of especially on the field. I mean, you try and play for a spot, and in those days talking like an old man. But like when I started, it was traditionally a lot more one-on-one footy. So it was, you sort of had to get the stats, you had to beat your man. Whereas it's funny now under Clarko, it's more about playing your role and doing those sorts of things. And I feel if looking back, I'd probably just say, all you got to do is the simple things right early, and then once you master those, then you can start doing some other things. So that's probably what I'd say, and I'd pretty much tell that to every young bloke coming in. And we're lucky at Hawks, we've got a good system where that seems to be the credo.
Yeah, cool. And Paul?
I would have told him to try a bit harder, I reckon. As a kid, I sort of, through those younger grades, when I was about 17, 18, I didn't probably put as much effort into footy. I went in a little bit more on the work side.
Okay.
And it took me a while to realise that, geez, I really want to play footy and to, knuckle down and start trying harder.
Okay. So,
yeah.
What profession were you in at the time?
I was playing in the sandful, so as a job, I was with construction. So So I realised that's Smoko. when I was sitting there watching about 4 or 5 guys eating a pie, geez, do I want to keep doing this or do I change it up a bit?
Yeah, all right. The moment the penny dropped, hallelujah would have come in handy there, Sam. I wanted to talk about this. This just really gives me the irrits, but I want to talk about it. The nanny state again kicks in. Victoria, I mean, we've got every rule for everything. Kicks in again. The AFL are telling all the clubs and the players no more kicking, throwing or handballing footies into the crowd after the game because it creates danger. Give us your opinion, everyone. Yeah, thank you. Boys, please.
Yeah, we got warned about that, actually. Yeah. They said they're missiles, actually.
Missiles. You don't want to get hurt by a foam footy, do you?
Yeah. They need to name and shame the one person who got
came
hit
up with
the
that.
footy.
Yeah, came up with it and the person that got hit with it. Yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. Last one. This is going right of centre now. Lee Matthews, is he sounding more like Jerry Norman from Harvey Norman? I mean, what's going on there?
I'm not watching enough footy to comment on that.
I thought you might have been. All right. Yeah.
Enough Sunday games then.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to answer that, Paul. It's just it was mere of a thought than anything. Look, it's pretty simple. That's what I just wanted to ask the boys about what's going on. So if you want to get involved in what's going on, it's pretty simple. All you've got to do is go to our Twitter page, which has just come up on the screen. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. And just to use the hashtag what's going on. Put your hands together for the boys. We're going to go into, this is round 11 of the football here, boys. I've got the tips, well, I haven't got the tips, you're going to give me those. I've got the games that are down in front of you. I've also put a ladder there so you can have a look at all that, and we'll talk about that in great depth. But we're going to kick it off with round 11. Let's go, Sam.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Geez, they've got the heaters on in here tonight, haven't they? You boys will be stripping off shortly. You know, all you ladies. Take it cool. If anyone wants to go out and tell them to turn those heaters down, you will not be upsetting me in any way, shape or form. I'm going to be naked by the end of this show. No, I won't. No, I won't. You'll be safe, everyone. Anyway, so we're going to kick it off round 11. Friday, June the 3rd. It's North Melbourne versus Richmond, and they're heading down to Blundstone Arena in Tasmania. Oh, I wouldn't mind being down there right now. It's North Melbourne. Let's hear that, Sam.
So join in the chorus and sing it one and all.
That'll do. Thank you, Sam. And they're playing against the Tigers.
Oh, we're from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see
thank you,
us
Sam.
with a grin.
But we're going to talk about North Melbourne and Richmond. Kangaroos, they had their first loss last week. Okay, they were 9 and zip, and obviously now they're 9 and 1. They came up against what I thought was a better team on the night. That obviously beat them, and they're coming up against the Tigers, who had a great win for the Indigenous round last week against Essendon. Not that I don't think anybody really picked that, but the Tigers seem to be turning the corner. It's now 3 straight. This could be a big chance for them to go down and knock off the Roos in Bluntstone in Tasmania. A big chance.
Yeah, but they won't.
No. You heard it. They won't.
Just when you think Tigers should win, they more often than not don't. No, I honestly, I think North are a good side, and down there, I know they haven't made it the fortress that maybe we claim to have made Launceston, but they are tough to beat down there. So
Yep. Okay, good one. Poppy?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I reckon North are going to be pretty strong over there. I think they'll adapt to the conditions better because it gets real windy and pretty cold over there. I don't know if the Richmond boys
will be able to handle that.
Be able to handle it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I watched the kick a couple of weeks ago when North Melbourne were playing down there, and Boomer had actually kicked it towards the goals, but inside of his boot, and it swerved back in and went into goal. The wind was that atrocious down there that particular day, and I've seen other games sort of very similar to that where they played down there. So it can be a weird ground to play at. We're going to head over to Etihad. All right, this is our Saturday game on June the 4th. This is Carlton versus Brisbane. Let's hear the Carlton song, Sam.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues.
Well done.
We're
Thank you, Sam.
the team that
And they're playing the Brisbane Lions. Let's hear that, Sam.
we are the pride of Brisbane town. We wear the roll, blue and gold.
Judy, thank you, mate. Carlton, well, what a win they had last week against the Cats. Congratulations. Yeah, everyone's... you guys are just happy because they beat Geelong. Oh, didn't think that was coming, did I? Yeah, I mean, they're going exceptionally well. It'll be a great game. I think this is going to be a shoe-in for them. I shouldn't say that because we do have all respect for Brisbane, but I think that Carlton v Brisbane, I think Carlton from my mind. Boys?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Bolter's doing great things down there.
Yeah,
so.
he is, isn't he? Oh, yeah, he is. He is. He's really turned them around. Fantastic. Yeah.
I agree.
Poppy, straight up.
Yeah,
Let's lock it in. Short and sharp. All right, down to Simmons Stadium. You're all going to love this one. Geelong versus GWS. Let's hear Geelong.
We are Geelong,
No,
the
all right, that'll
greatest
do.
team of all.
No, we didn't. And they're coming up against the GWS. Let's see that one, mate.
Well, there's a big, big sound from the west of the
Yeah, you're
town.
all into
It's
it.
the sound of the
No, we're not going to do
mighty
that one. All right, thanks, mate. Geelong, I reckon down there, they're going to... I think they're going to bounce back. I honestly do. GWS, they're a formidable side. I mean, they really are. They've come out with all guns blazing this season. It should be an interesting game. It really should.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think GWS will win this one, but
Right. Wow.
I don't know. I think Stevie J just might fire up the younger boys
Against
and
his old team,
get some blood. But I mean, it's one game I am looking forward to. I mean, I probably won't be able to see it because I'll be at our game, but might catch the tail end of it. Well,
Yeah,
have
okay.
a bit of dinner, a few coffees, but no, I think GWS get the points.
Beautiful. Okay. Poppy?
I reckon
Good?
Geelong.
Whoa.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
reckon they're going to bounce back.
Yeah.
After their couple of losses, I think they're going to be at home where they play really good footy.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it'll be an interesting game. I'm not really prepared to go either way on it. I'll probably do more of a 50-50, but it doesn't matter what I think. Let's head up to Metricon, Gold Coast versus Sydney. Let's hear the Gold Coast song.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We're the team who never say die.
Thank you, Sam. And they're playing Sydney.
Cheer, cheer, the red and the white. Honour the name by day and
All right, the
by
Buddy
night.
Franklin Show. Yeah, welcome along. Pretty simple. You guys don't like Sydney because, well, for obvious reasons. Gold Coast versus Sydney, Metricon Stadium, 7:25 Saturday evening. Thoughts, boys?
Yeah, Sydney
Yeah.
pretty easily, I would have thought.
Yeah, okay. That's the thoughts. That's all we've got to say on it. All right, we'll head over to Domain. We're heading over to WA. Saturday afternoon, 5:40. It's Freo versus Essendon. Freo. Yeah, that'll do. The boys were starting to yawn and go to sleep up here. Maybe you need some peptides to warm you up. That brings me to Essendon.
See the bombers fly up to win.
Thank you very much. Freo versus Essendon. Wow, we're talking 10 and zip, and I'm not referring to Essendon. So this is going to be, yeah, I think if I might even watch an episode of Seinfeld while this is on. But feel free, boys. Just let me know. What do you think? That's a clincher.
Yeah, I kind of want Essendon to win.
Yeah. Just because you hate that Freo song?
It could be in my blood from my Eagles days, but I mean, plus it's free, everyone hates them. But flip of the coin, really. I'll say Essendon, but no conviction there.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, Poppy, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I reckon Freo are going to win their first game.
Wow.
Yeah, I reckon they'll win their first game.
Sorry, my lovely editor and producer down there, she barracks for Essendon, and I know she's actually thinking, I'm getting the stare eyes and the feeling that they're piercing through the back of my head, and she goes, if Essendon actually lose this one, there's not going to be too much love going on around town. But I don't think they're going to either. I think Freo might get over the line. Anyway, Sunday, we're heading over to the MCG, first game at the MCG on Sunday. It's Collingwood versus Port. Let's hear the Collingwood song. And that'll do. Thank you, Sam. Probably a bit unfortunate not to get across the line, and I think injuries might have, probably aided their form on the weekend against the Western Bulldogs. I thought they probably deserved to win, but in the end, the Western Bulldogs had run over the top of them and they got over the line. But let's hear the Port song.
We've got the power to win, power to roll, come on.
And no. All right, yeah. Not getting a lot of love in the room for that one either. Collingwood versus Port. I just gave my thoughts on Collingwood. I don't have a lot to say about Port apart from the fact that obviously they did get up and win on the weekend, but they're coming up against Collingwood, who look like they've got a little bit of their, proverbial shit together.
Well put. Yeah, look, I just think purely because it's at the G, Collingwood will win. That's Port don't really travel that well.
No. Yeah.
I agree with that too, yeah.
All right. Man, a few words, I like it. Eddie had 3:20 on Sunday afternoon. It's the Bulldogs versus West Coast. Let's hear the Bulldogs song.
Sons of the West, red, white and blue.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. They're playing the West Coast.
The West Eagles, West Coast Eagles, and we're here to show you why.
Thank you very much. As I said, Eddie had 3:20 on Sunday afternoon. It could be an interesting game. I mean, my thoughts are I'm all about Victorian-based teams because that's why these shows are first put together. But Bulldogs versus West Coast, I'm all Bulldogs, boys.
Yeah, it's funny. Everyone I speak to, Barracks for Hawthorn, says if we don't win the flag, they want the Bulldogs to win the flag, which is not the right answer. It's,
it's close, but it's not right.
No, but I do think they'll get the points here. I think, West Coast again just don't travel that well at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Bulldogs are really hard to beat. Eddie had.
Yeah.
The deck's so fast, the weather's not going to make a
they're
difference.
so quick.
So, I know they're missing a few defenders, key defenders, but I reckon they're going to be too strong.
An old teammate of yours, Suckling, mate, when that boy gets the ball, you just know, it's nearly like Buddy, you could say 60, 70 out, 80 out. Buddy's probably going to sail it through. I know you don't want to hear that, but we are talking about ex-Hawthorn players in relation to Matt Suckling. That boy is a beautiful kick of the football.
Yeah, something I learned, when he's got the ball around 70, don't lead.
Yeah, right.
He's just going to kick it over your head anyway. So
just watch it sail over your head. Yeah, no, he's a brilliant kick of the football. But so your thoughts, Bulldogs for both of you?
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Yeah, okay. All right, and last game on Sunday is Adelaide versus St Kilda over in Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. Let's hear the Adelaide song.
We're the pride of South Australia, we're the mighty Adelaide.
All right, that'll do. Thank you, Sam. And let's hear the St Kilda song.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. Interesting game. I hope they don't have to take selfies before the start of the game. The players won't come out in the field, will they? But Adelaide versus St Kilda. Adelaide have been playing pretty bloody good football. St Kilda have been a little bit in and, hit and miss, on and off. Look, pretty simple. Adelaide Oval. They say, I've heard other players suggest it's like playing against the 19th man, because that crowd gets in behind it and they're just a hard team to beat on their home deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to play footy there, actually. Yeah. Like, it's quite, it can be intimidating, but it is...
Beautiful stadium.
At the same time, if you ever get a chance, by all means, go there.
Yep.
I think Adelaide probably had the toughest draw of anyone this season to start, and what are they now? They're 6-4, sitting 8th. I reckon they'll romp it home for the next eight rounds.
Yeah, well, they've got an interesting fixture coming up, which even GWS have got. I think they've probably got the easiest fixture out of all of the teams coming up, which is going to put them in good stead. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that one pans out. But your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
Paul?
Definitely Adelaide will be way too strong over there.
Yep.
The crowd over there, they're so loud.
Yeah.
I remember playing them and you can't even hear the siren. That's how loud they get. So,
wow.
Yeah,
interesting. All right, well, we're going to go back to this game now because that's why you're all here. It's on Saturday, June the 4th at 2:10 p.m, which is, at 1:45 p.m, which is a great game for football, especially when it's at the home of football. MCG. It's two teams that you might be familiar with. One of them is Melbourne. Let's hear that.
It's a grand old
Come on,
flag.
Sean, give it to us, mate.
Flag. It's the emblem for
Well
me
done.
and for you.
Oh, he cut such a solitary figure over there. Well done, mate. But you're up against it because you're up against these guys, the Hawks.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. Come on, they'll find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks.
How's it going?
One for all and all for once, the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty fighting horse.
All right, there you go. That's for you, boys. There you go. I just want to talk about a couple of little quick things before we get stuck into your tips as into who, why and where. Ladder position is good, all right? I'm not talking about Hawthorn in particular. I'm actually talking about the fixture, the ladder in itself. It's not necessarily where you're sitting on the ladder. It's basically what the win-loss ratio is. And you could suggestively say that if you're sitting somewhere around you've won 9 games, you're going to be guaranteed a top 4. If you've got 8 wins, you're going to be sitting up around the top 4 territory. And if you're 5 or 6 wins, you can still play finals. And at this point, that means any team leading up to about 14 is going to be looking at playing finals. So it's going to make for a super interesting final series when it does come around. I want to now talk to you boys about Hawthorn last week and then also talk about what you're going to be doing this week. Geordie's 250th. We had, and I don't like to dwell on things that are negative because it's not negative, it's positive, and we hope and we wish Ruffy all the best. We say that whenever we do a show. He did appear on, please put your hands together for him. We do love Ruffy. We had him on the show on May the 4th, which I thought was really ironic because a lot of people would use this as May the 4th be with you. He sat here with Jordan and 2 best mates. They discussed what it is that where he was sitting on May the 4th that he really wanted to get back and play for Jordan's 250th. That was his biggest desire to come back and do that. Jordan just seemed like a man possessed on the weekend in a beautiful way. Obviously, 42 disposals for the game. You guys came away victorious on the day. Gibbo, 26 disposals. And Cyril, as I said before, with the Indigenous round, 5 goals. I mean, brilliant game of football last weekend for the Hawthorn Football Club.
Yeah, with the exception of the Collingwood game too, Brisbane have been pretty decent up there. I know they haven't had the actual wins, but they've given most teams a shake. I mean, to get within 3 points of Sydney they're not a bad side up there.
Yep.
So the boys sort of just rode the storm out a little bit in the first half, I thought, and then as you said, Louis was amazing. So. It's good to see him get his hand on so much ball, but also, he was back to his fiery best, I thought. A few spot fires here and there. Which
I didn't mind that either.
I shouldn't condone, but I do enjoy it. It was great to see, and obviously a special occasion for him, and I'm sure he would have loved, and everyone would have loved Ruffy to be there. But,
True.
But I mean, Ruffy flew up with us, and it was nice to have him around for the game as well. So,
and I don't want to dwell on it, but I do want to talk about it. His press conference that he gave the other day was indignant of who the guy is. It was so honest. It was so brutally passionate about just he. Don't focus on me. I'm going to be well, and I'm going to get through this, And, hats off to him for exactly that thought process. We wish him all the best, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So we'll get on to this game. Why are you boys going to beat Melbourne? How will you beat them, and how much will you beat them by? Well, but we still want your opinions, man. Yeah,
you'll get it at the end.
Yeah, good, all right. Paul?
I reckon our midfield's going to be too strong for them. I think we've got a lot of experience there. They're pretty young there. Their ruckman's in great form, but so is Jonathan Segler, and big boy's kicked 3 goals. He's going forward and kicking goals now for us.
Yeah, he's been brilliant of late.
I know, he's pretty hard to match up on. He's got a big tank, so I think that we've got the experience. If it does get pretty close, we'll be able to overcome them and just ride out the game.
That's good.
Most of the games have been like that this year. They've been real close, and we end up winning by a couple of points, and some of them better than a loss. But the experience that we got in the side is getting us over the line at the moment. So I definitely think we're going to be.
Your marks inside 50 have been up on just about every game that you played. Which means obviously the ball's coming down, and it's being marked with inside 50, and then if you guys are kicking, and you've got some of the most accurate ball kickers in the game, including yourself, I put into that basket, but when you look at Bruce and Gunston, there's a plethora of guys that you can play around in the forward line that once the ball gets down there, goals can be kicked, and that's really what you need in order to win games.
Yeah, definitely. I think we put a real price on our goal-kicking accuracy because that did cost us the grand final.
Yeah.
And it's just something we learnt from there and we just keep working on.
Brilliant.
We do it every training session.
Yep. So. Okay. Yeah, good, mate. Yep. Matt, please.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think Viney's a huge loss for the D's as well. So that's certainly going to help us. But I think the big thing is for us is that knowing how much Melbourne have improved and not underestimating them, I think you can get caught in a trap these days if playing lesser teams, or traditionally lesser teams, but they're a much improved side. They dismantled Brisbane the week before last, and then they played some really good footy this year. But you get them early, they tend to go back to their old ways a bit. But I think that'll be the message really. So don't disrespect this one, and I think if we do that, then we should get the points.
Yeah, no, good. Well, there you have it. That's the tips for round 11, and that's what you want to hear from the boys. So put your hands together for them. This is a segment that we call Simply the Best.
You're simply the best.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Take 2. I love that. We've got the lovely Carol up here who barracks for Carlton. Put your hands together for Carol. Yes, you're all very gracious. And then we've got the lovely Laura down here who barracks for Hawthorn. Yay. Now, obviously, Carol, Poppy's going to be keeping your score, and Laura, Matt's going to be keeping score for you. So we're going to kick it off. We've got our first question. How many premierships has your team won?
16.
Correct. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
13.
Correct. Who is your team's captain?
Mark Murphy.
Who wears the number 9 at your club?
Cripps.
Hey. How many members does your club have or closest to within 1,000?
48,000.
What's going on here?
That's it now.
That's something. I smell a rat. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year? Last. All right, I'll take, or 18. I'll take that. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
Now that I don't know, I'll have a guess.
Shh.
6.
4. Don't scream it out. All right. We're up to question number 8. What year did your team last win a grand final, and who did they play? That's all right. Make it look hard.
Collingwood?
No. It was against Geelong in 1995.
Okay.
Because you got Collingwood, you probably won't get this, but we'll have a go anyway. How many points did you win that grand final by?
A lot. Yeah. 27.
27? No, 61.
So many.
Your last question, name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Bolts
Bolts, yep, that's not bad. Pagan, yep, who else?
and Malthouse.
All right. What'd you finish up with, Poppy?
That was 7.
7. Well done, Carol. All right. No pressure here, okay, Laura? No, you won't feel this at all, will you? Be just like getting a tattoo. No, you won't feel a thing. All right, let's go with it. How many premierships has your team won? What was that?
Come on, girls, need help.
No, quick, what was it? Lucky number?
17.
17. Bad luck, 13. Woo, how many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
6.
Just, you see that thing?
6.
Yeah, use this.
6.
There's 6?
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
6. Number 3, who was your team's captain?
That is Hodgie.
Hello?
Hodgie.
Hodgie? Yeah? I can't hear you because you're not speaking into that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right, number 4.
Hodgie.
Who wears the number 9 at your club?
Burgon.
Correct. How many members does your club currently have or the closest to within 1,000? Look,
78,000.
Who?
78?
78, no, 73. Question number 6. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
First.
3rd. Bom. No. Oh dear. Well, what's she sitting on? 3, Matt.
Exactly, that's
Oh
right.
dear. All right,
We
question
were
7.
first.
You need to get all these to win. All right, Laura?
Yep.
Question 7. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
9.
Who?
9?
9?
Oh, God.
Correct. Sorry, 16. It's all right, we'll keep going. What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
2015.
Yeah.
Sydney. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, 2015 against West Coast.
West Coast. So
Yeah.
West Coast.
Oh, bow. All right, how many points did you win that grand final by?
Say again.
How many points did you win that grand final by?
46.
Oh, well, let's just get the other Laura up to answer all your questions. Question 10. You cannot win, but name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
I've only been a fan for a short time. Seriously.
Let's not have any
Okay.
short jokes here, all right?
Okay.
Let's just get on with it. Come on, quick. What do you
Okay.
got?
Lee Matthews.
Who?
Over 20 years.
No.
Oh. Alistair Clarkson. I don't know.
And bow. No, that's it. She finished up with a score of 4. But that makes our winner, Carol. Congratulations, Carol. All right, here we go. This is a segment called Get Smart. All right, here we go. Can we get that phone down in the front, Janelle? Because you're blocking the camera shot. Well done. As I said, this is a segment called Get Smart. We're going to test the boys' knowledge about what they know about whatever we want to ask them. So it's going to be pretty simple. We've got down the front here John, who barracks for. There you go. And we've got Annie here, who obviously barracks for the Hawks, so let's just leave it at that. The boys are going to be playing, but you're going to be keeping score for them. So as soon as you hear a correct answer and we give you that, you'll basically turn the paddles over. Boys, if I can get you to test your buzzers. Poppy, you're first. All right. What do we got? We've got a horse there. And let's hear yours, Matt. The dog. All right. Seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Let's not get too crazy here. Boys, we're going to start it off. All I want you to do is use your buzzers and then come in with the answer when you know what it is. What did the 7 dwarves do for a job? Oh, that dog.
They're miners.
They were miners. That's correct. Well done. Off to 1. In which city is Hollywood? Ooh.
Give it to the horse, man.
You reckon? Give it to the horse? Okay.
America.
Oh.
No. Which city?
Oh,
Yeah.
LA.
Another guy.
Give him another go.
LA.
Oh, all right, we'll go with that. LA. What is the capital of Australia? Oh, that was
Canberra.
Well done. All right. How are we going there with scores? We all okay down the front there? Yeah, 2-1. All right. Just want to make sure we're not getting too carried away. What were the first words said upon the moon on the landing? Yeah.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well done. Very good. I like it. Who did Prince Charles first marry? That's definitely the dog.
Princess Diana.
All right. What's the score now? 4-1. Come on, Poppy. What can I do to help you out here, mate? Kim Kardashian is married to? Oh, that's Poppy. That was Poppy.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Who isn't she married to?
All right. Flip it on over. Another one of those typical questions. I'm going to go with who is Beyonce married to? Oh.
Jay-Z.
All right. We've got a mini comeback on our hands here. Like a good Hawthorn boy, always come back. Huh? Okay. Who was Captain Hook? That's the dog.
Yeah, the villain in Peter Pan.
Well, yeah, he was. He was a fictional pirate. That means he's on 5. That means he wins. It's that simple. It's that simple.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
Pretty simple. We're now going to move into a segment that's called What Can I Say? Here you go, boys. This is pretty simple. We're not going to get too complicated here. We like to keep it nice and simple on That's Good for Footy. I'm just going to ask you boys a question, and all I'm really going to be looking for is like either a one-word answer, or you can be as long-winded as you want in your answer, but it goes like this. Matt Spanger expects to play.
A lot of board games over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, we nearly need a bowl for that, Sam. Yeah. Poppy enjoys kicking.
Spanger's butt in FIFA.
All right. Okay. We don't always get the answers we're expecting here. The AFL deliberate out of bounds rule is.
I'll go to the audience on this one.
Okay. Yeah. Same. Yeah. All right. You can both answer these questions from here on in. A night grand final is.
Coming.
I agree with that. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. There you go. All right. The shot clock is.
A waste of time.
I was just saying the same thing.
Yeah. All right. In unison, it's a waste of time. Hawthorn will finish.
Yeah, with 4 in a row.
That's
I
not.
can't beat that answer.
I just got to say, I've got a question coming up, but there was a question that we asked, and I'm just having a little byplay here. We had a question the other week that had Ruffy and Jordan that were involved in it, and I said, winning a grand final is, and Ruffy said, normal. And I went, just leave it at that. Let's not say any more. So, the MCG is where we
Play our best footy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Beautiful. All right, I like it. Playing in Tassie is.
Yeah, freaking cold.
Friggin' cold. Yeah, all right. Travelling interstate is.
Fun, depending on where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get away from the missus. So.
Oh, so
poor Carmel.
Everything you say stays within these 4 walls, mate. You'll be fine with that. That won't get back at all, considering. Yeah, okay. Winning a grand final is not normal. No, you say whatever you want.
Yeah, all in a day's work. No, is the best thing ever.
Ultimate, yeah. Poppy.
Awesome.
Yeah, great. The coaches.
So angry.
Okay.
I was going to say crazy, but yeah.
Crazy angry. Let's go with that. Good Friday football is.
Yeah, around the corner.
Around the corner? Yep, same, Poppy. The deliberate rush behind rule is?
Awesome for forwards, shocking for defenders.
Confusing.
Confusing. There you go. That's What Can I Say. Put your hands together for the boys. That was nice and simple. Nothing too hard. Not like pulling teeth up here, is it? This is a segment. We love this one. It's called Under Pressure.
Under pressure. Under pressure.
Excellent. We're just going to get straight into this, boys. No contestants, no prizes, just a little bit of heart-to-heart. You tell us whatever you're thinking about anything that I'm going to ask you. Who did you barrack for growing up?
Adelaide Crows.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an Adelaide boy, so I had to pretty much go for them.
Seem normal.
Yep.
And obviously being a Western Australian boy, are you going to...
No, I'm actually from here.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
I'm D's.
D's?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mighty
sure
D.
like that, yeah. He's clapping
Johnny,
already.
yeah, he's clapping.
Very happy.
Get the points this weekend.
That's the only time you're going to see, you're going to get a clap out of that. There'll be nothing else after that this weekend. What's the best sledge you've ever heard on the field?
The one that Juddy gave Brett Jones was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone's heard this one. I think he's told it a few times, but Brett, they're both ex-teammates of mine. Juddy's first game back to against the Eagles when he first came to Carlton in Perth, and Brett Jones is for some reason felt the need to poke the bear and said, "Well, how about you test those shoulders out, mate, and go and win a hard ball a little bit more colourfully than that." And Juddy says, "Oh, well, mate, don't worry, my shoulders are F'd because I've been carrying you blokes for the last 5 years."
Touche. Take that. What's yours, Bobby?
Well, it happened recently with Jordan Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
The four fingers.
Ah.
Someone told him he's a crap footballer, and he just showed him the four fingers.
Yeah,
He said,
right.
4 flags is not very crap, is it?
No. I actually thought it was about the 4 rings on his shorts, but that's...
Well, he's got a good deal there too.
Knowing Louis, he was probably trying to work that in.
All right. What's your best sporting triumph? And look, I say this taking into consideration that you are, premiership players with the Hawthorn Football Club, but what's been your best sporting triumph? That?
Yeah, it would have to be, but it's probably collectively. I mean, I know I only played in one, but to this stage. But I think just being a part of this Hawthorn team's probably been the best sporting thing I've ever achieved. So.
Yeah, that's the kind of answer. Yeah, I was hoping for that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was probably being this journey.
Yeah, okay. This is nearly for you. What's the best kind of mark? A pack mark or a one-on-one?
One-on-one, what are they?
Probably a pack mark.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. He knows far more about it than I do. But a good hanger is hard to beat.
Yeah. What would you prefer to have? Goal of the year or mark of the year?
Yeah, I reckon mark of the year.
One of them.
Yeah, well, there's not many things you can argue about that, is there? Who would you most want to have to kick the ball after the siren? Bearing in mind that I already alluded to the fact you've got some of the best goal kickers in any team.
I wouldn't mind the bloke next to me, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. You can say you if you want to, Poppy.
No, I was going to say Jack Gunston. He's pretty straight. So
He's a dead idea.
and I think he'll come up with that pressure. He likes that kind of scenery. So.
Yeah. Bruce would be an interesting one too because they're both so accurate. They really are. What's your favourite sport outside of the AFL?
Mine's soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the same. Poppy
Okay.
and I sit next to each other locker room and like to talk EPL in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say EPL and teams.
Teams, I'm Man City.
Yep.
I'm Aston Villa, so it's been
okay.
horrible. For those who don't know, we just got relegated.
Yeah.
So I need a new team. So, but we're both big Ibrahimovic fans. So
Yeah, right.
pretty much, if he goes to the Premier League, I'll be following him.
Oh, excellent.
I
All
won't
right.
change it.
Okay. Who's the worst dresser at the club?
Will Langford. by a mile. Anyone that can wear a button-up shirt and trackies.
with boat shoes.
Yeah, really. Not sure whether he's going for a bushwalk or going on a boat.
Yeah, I've yet to see him walk in with either an iron shirt or one without a stain on it. He's disgusting. So.
And the last one I want to have for you tonight, what do you do to relax and unwind when you're away from football?
Yeah. No, FIFA gets me wound up.
It's
That's
worse.
the opposite.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind a vino. Good vino's all right. No, but I love a good podcast as well. If anyone's got any good recommendations. No, but I love to travel. Like so, when it's off season, love to get away, see the world.
Beautiful. Okay.
For me, I just love going to the beach. So
Yep.
for me, just chilling out near the waters.
Yeah, okay.
Relaxing.
Well, that's it. Under pressure. It's the boys.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great competition that's been part of our shows for 2016. We're into round 11, so we've had 11 shows this season. We've got 17 more to go. 17, which means we hope we can get you along to another one, which I presume for most of you being Hawthorn supporters might be the Burvale Hotel. Yeah, maybe? Anyway, we'll see how you go. Because that might be it for you guys this year. We don't know. I mean, not suggesting that you won't go further, but anyway. The point that I wanted to make is we've got a great sponsor on board with us this year from the Big Picture people. They're giving away an $11,000 home theatre surround sound package with a giant 3-metre screen, which means you can watch the Hawks play in the grand final at your home on grand final day. But you've got to enter it to win it. And for those of you watching at home, this is how you enter. Yes, thanks to the Big Picture people, we have the chance to win a home cinema sports pack valued at over $11,000. You can enjoy big sports, movies, concerts and even video games on a big 3-metre screen with thunderous surround sound. This home cinema pack is courtesy of the Big Picture people. To enter, simply log on to bigpicturepeople.com.au/good-for-footy. Terms and conditions are on the page. Good luck to everyone, and thanks to the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. That's how you enter. Congratulations, good luck, and we hope you do well. We've got some great shows coming up in the coming weeks. June the 8th, we've got the Essendons, David Zaharakis and Joe Danaher over at the Shopping Town Hotel in Doncaster. June the 15th, we're back here at the Mount Erica Hotel. Western Bulldogs, Jake Stringer and Luke Dalhouse. June the 22nd, we're heading out to Mulgrave, or out to Clayton to be exact, for the St Kilda show. We've got David Armitage and Sam Fisher appearing on that. On June the 29th, this is a big one, Collingwood's Dane Swan and Jamie Elliott at the Village Green Hotel in Mulgrave. That show is free to attend, but you must, and I stress must, register. All you've got to do is go to www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/register, put your details in there, nominate the show that you want to go to and how many tickets you want. That's all you've got to do. Like all you guys did here tonight. It's all you've got to do to make sure that you get your tickets for you left at the door on the night. Every Wednesday night we bring you these shows. They're brought to you from venues all across Melbourne. We're back here a few times doing shows at the Mount Erica. We want you to come along and support us because you get nights like this with these boys, which is pretty good. It's pretty easy to do so, as I've already explained. Just go on and register. Get on to that'sgoodforfooty.com.au. Have a look at the site because there's heaps of photos. There's heaps of events that are coming up. There's lots of information that is all on the site. You can get everything you need to know about the shows there. This show is basically called Footy Funatics. Have you had a lot of fun tonight? Yeah! Good. When you finish here, don't forget to go out and see the beautiful Sandra on the red carpet. Have a chat with her. Tell her what sort of fun you've had. If you haven't had any fun, don't worry. We'll edit that out and that won't go in. But if you've had a good time, then please let her know. I just wanted to also say we have a great production crew here that looks after the shows every week. They're 1440 Productions, courtesy of Christy, Joe, Andrew, and our sound engineer, Sam. Put your hands together for those guys as well. And now, keep your hands nice and together, like this, a lot, for these two guys, all right? We wish you all the very best. I really want to thank you both for appearing on the show. Paul, your first time. Matt, thanks for coming back. It's been wonderful having these guys on. They've given a lot tonight. I hope you all got a lot out of it. I wish you all the best on the weekend with your game, obviously coming up against Melbourne. If you ever want to come back, we'd love to have you back here. It's called That's Good for Footy, and you guys have made it. That's Good for Footy. So my name's Damien. Thank you very much for being here this evening. If you ever want to come along to a show, we hope to see you here soon. This has been That's Good for Footy panel shows. Thank you and good night. Cheers.
We're here at the Mount Erica Hotel in Paran. And we've just had two of the finest from the Hawthorn Football Club, Matt Spanger and Paul Piopolo. And now we're just going to ask people what they thought of the show. Matt, welcome back.
Oh, it's great to be back. Thanks very much for having me. Always love coming down here.
And what do you think of the new format tonight and Damien hosting it?
He killed it out there. No, I loved it. It was you can tell Shorey to say where he is, mate. I was having a great time up there. No, he's doing really well. A lot of fun. I like nice, light-hearted stuff. And just a bit of banter, which is, goes a long way around a footy environment. But me especially, I can't get enough of that sort of stuff.
Welcome to the show, Paul. This is your first time here. What'd you think? Tell me.
Oh, I had a lot of fun. It was a good experience. Usually that real vibe of that inner feeling of people. You get that real close bond. So yeah, I had a real great time.
What did you think?
It was way more than I even expected. I'm thinking about having the other shows I can come back to see. It's just been so much fun.
Would you recommend this show?
I would really recommend it. It's great fun and it's a very intimate, small setting, and it was a really enjoyable night.
You can certainly let your hair down on our show, can't you?
Always, Clarko's always telling me to get a cut, but no, never. No, I love it. And you got the guys here are so receptive, and the guys who come down and the crowd that comes down are so nice. So we love them. It's great.
Come and see the show. It's a brilliant, fantastic show. Good laugh.
That's good for footy.
That's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
That's good for footy.
Because that's good for footy. That's good for footy.
That's good for footy.
You've been watching That's Good for Footy.
You've been watching That's Good for Footy.
So there you have it. They've had their say, and now I'm going to have mine. This has been That's Good for Footy panel shows. My name is Sandy. Thank you and good night.
Want more information about the shows? Then log on to the That's Good for Footy website at www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au. Here you'll find venue dates and lineup, photo gallery, register to win section, competitions, ticket sales and heaps more.